Welcome to Subramani. Very famously, Warren Buffett said there are only two rules in the market. Rule number one, don't lose money, and rule number two, remember rule number one. This is very easy to say, and I don't think I know anybody who has made a lot of money in the markets who has not lost money. You will lose money, so accept it that you will make losses. Those losses will hurt. In fact, those losses, 1 rupee loss hurts much more than a 2 rupee gain. It's even more than a 2 rupee gain, right? That the loss of the pain of losing 1 rupee is greater than the pleasure of earning 2 rupees, right? This is proven. I think it's more than 2 rupees also, because you remember your hurts far more important. You remember when you got hurt, and you also remember people who saved you money. You don't remember people who earned you money as much as the people who stopped you from losing money, right? So for example, I was told that DFHL, not Diwan Housing, Delhi Housing, DHL, was a good buy at about 1200 rupees. So I was just looking at it, and I was not very sure whether I would buy it. So I called up another broker, and he connected me to one of the kids in his office who said, sir, at 1200 rupees there is something wrong with the number of digits. Either 1 should go off or 0 should go off, and the share actually fell to 120 or even lesser, maybe 100. I don't remember. This is the Delhi Housing Finance Company, DHFL, right? When you see such things happening, you remember the boy who you spoke to and who saved you that kind of money. Because I may not have bought too many shares, but yes, I would have lost a lot of money, whatever. And also another time when I bought GMR, I think it's now called GMR Airport Infra. Earlier it used to be GMR Infra. I bought it at 71. I was speaking to my broker. He said, are you mad? Sell it. And I sold it off after 2-3 days at a 2 rupee loss, and then I saw the share falling down to 9 rupees. You remember these because some people really saved you from big losses. So it's very important to know that you will lose money. Make no mistake, you will lose money. All of us have lost money. I have lost money. I can give you a list of transactions where I have lost money. So you will lose money. So to make money, you have to lose money. So don't get hurt by the fact that you lost money, but make sure you put a process in place. For example, when I'm trading, my stop loss is at 10%, but while investing, my stop loss would be at 25% because somewhere the market is trying to tell me that I'm ignoring. So if I bought a share at 100 rupees and I think it's a good share, and I watch it fall to 90, I may buy more. At 80, I may buy more, but at 75, I just get out. Something that the market is trying to tell me which I don't want to hear, or it's my ego which is preventing me from listening to the market, right? So something I'm doing wrong. So you will tend to lose money. You will have to be careful that you don't lose too much money, and you don't lose it over a very long period of time. So I take my losses very quickly. So if I bought at 100 and it has gone down to 75, I just sell. Then I may reconsider and buy it back at 80. I don't care. But principally, if it falls 25%, to me that's a very, very big loss, and I normally take it very quickly. I also have a time limit, especially if it's a trade, saying in 3 months if it does nothing, or in 6 months if it does nothing, I'm just going to sell it off, because something that the market is saying that something is wrong, that it was a wrong trade call, it was a wrong investment call, nothing is happening, the quarterly results are not as good as it was expected to be, right? So, or you say, okay, this has achieved my target. I bought it at 20,000 rupees. I bought it at 19,000 rupees. Today it is 24,000 rupees. I had my happiness. So let me sell off the 100 shares that I own, or 50 shares that I own, whatever. Right, whatever share it is. So you have to have some of those rules, and you will realize that yes, you will lose money. There is no doubt that you will lose money. But while making losses, also make sure that you write down and find out why you made losses. Were you too optimistic about the outcomes? Did you listen to the wrong person? Did you read the wrong report? Did you not analyze the last 3-quarter results? Did you just jump in because somebody said, I think cement is doing well, or that pharma is doing well, IT is not doing well, so you sold IT, bought pharma, or you sold pharma, bought out IT, bought cement, saying, oh, this country needs infrastructure, let's buy cement. Why did you buy it? Did you get carried away? At least make notes on every loss that you make. That is, to me, more important than saying don't lose money. You also have to understand why you lost money. Like for example, if you had invested in February 2020, there is no way how you could have escaped the March 2020 fall in the market. There is no way. No, even Buffett would have lost money, right? Everybody would have lost money in March 2020. How you react to it, that is within your control, right? You cannot say, I will never lose money. You will lose money. The question is how quickly you come back to recovering it. That is very important. So if the whole market has fallen 30% and you have fallen 30%, that's par for the course. You will lose money that way. To think I will never lose money, nobody can be like that. Buffett has also lost money. George Soros has lost money. Everybody loses money. So when you see any the rich investor, big investor, small investor who has done well, whoever, ask them what losses they made and what learnings they had from those losses. I still remember we had once got Prashant Jain to speak at a Cafe Mutual conference, and he said, what timing you guys have got, right? When my performance is not good, you're asking me to come and admit my mistakes. But that is exactly what a good investor does. You go and analyze what mistakes you made, right? And whether it could be a mistake of not being able to sit tight. I'll give you the example of Netflix. And I have this, it looks very good to have bought Netflix at a X price and look at the price today. But the question is, would you have sat through the whole journey? Would you have sat through a 30% fall? I'll just tell you the falls that happened. In 2011, it fell 79% from $42 to 8.95. Would you have been able to sit through that 42 to 9? Suppose you had bought it at 21 and it had become 42. You were walking around the world with your chest puffed out and telling everybody that, look, this is the deal that you did. You didn't sell it at 42 and then you saw it fall down to 9, right? 9 from 20. Your $21 investment has fallen to 9. Would you have stayed on investing? Would you have sold at 15 and then said, look, I'm so smart now that it's fallen to 9? Would you have bought it back at 9? That is the question that you have to ask yourself. 2011, it fell 79%. In 2012, it fell from $18 to again to $8. Where it fell by 58%, right? So 79% in 2011, 58% in 2012, and in 2014 it fell 35% from $69 to $45, right? Then in 2015 it fell 37% from $130 to $82, and in 2018 it fell from $418 to $233. Now don't ask yourself, if you had bought Netflix in say 2011 or even earlier for $9, would you have strayed through the whole journey of it going to $500? That is the question to ask yourself. Will you lose money? Of course you will lose money. Could you have done an SIP in Netflix? Yes, but there you have to remember there were other conflicting buys. There was Apple which you could have bought. There was many other shares. You could have just gone and picked up the index. You could have made more money perhaps. You could have done an SIP somewhere else and you could have made money, right? You could have bought Netflix continuously at every fall and still lost money simply because you panicked and you sold off at the wrong time. So you will make losses. Understand and learn how to manage your losses, then say I should not make losses. When the market loses, you will lose. When the market falls 30% and your portfolio falls 60%, maybe you have made mistakes. Have a look at it, right? And like Charlie Munger says, for the long run, to be making money in the long run, you don't have to be a genius. You have to only make lesser mistakes. Don't make stupid mistakes. That is good enough, right? Don't buy excessively in one stock. Don't buy in when you've seen a pharma industry boom, and at the top of the boom, don't go and put all your investments. So as long as you don't do something so stupid, you will not lose money, and that is more important, right? Not losing money means not losing money when you don't understand why you're making those losses, or panicking in like for example investing from 2011 to 2020 and in March 2020 saying, oh, I don't know what the pandemic will do, so I sell off everything. Those kind of losses is what you're supposed to avoid. When the market falls 30%, your portfolio will fall 30%. When your share, when the industry in which you have invested falls, you will also bear a loss. You will see a loss. Where will you see a loss? Maybe you bought a share at 100, you watched it go to 400, from 400 it fell to 300. That 300 is still a loss. That 100 that you have lost from 400 to 300 is still a loss. I'm not saying you're bleeding. You're not bleeding because your cost is very low, but you're still making a loss. So knowing that those kind of losses will happen, knowing that you have to sit calm during the storm, but knowing well that when you see bad results or you see bad behavior, you realize that okay, I can take a small loss to avoid a bigger loss. So then you should know when to take a loss. You should know whether the loss is specific only to your particular share in your portfolio or to your whole portfolio. Is it your bad behavior or the market behavior? When FII sell, if you have shares in one company where the FIIs are holding a lot, and when FII sell, that share price will come down. So you have to know why you are losing money, whether that is loss is permanent, whether it is volatility. So learning about losses is far more important, to learn that whole process, and then saying why you are making a loss, than saying, oh, Buffett says don't lose money. But Buffett has himself lost money. So remember that. Thank you.